Hey guys, welcome to another Fright Friday, right here on Night Owl Video. Thank you for tuning in. I'm so glad you could join me as I try to wrangle this light. Today we're talking about the 2002 horror action movie, Dog Soldiers. But before I get to that, I don't know if you noticed, but behind me, I got my movies back. Yes, very happy. Big shout out to my friend Christina and to my new friend Matthew for hanging up these shelves for me last weekend. It was amazing. The first Monday morning when I woke up and I didn't want to go to work, and I opened my eyes and I looked up and I saw all my movies alphabetized right here, all my horror movies alphabetized right here on my new shelves, or my old shelves rehung in my new room, in my new city. I was very happy. Very happy. Made my day. I know that sounds strange, but it's, it's the little things. It's the little things. So anyway, all that said, I got my VHS, I got my DVDs, I got my Blu-rays at the top. I got some of my favorites on the side, or some of my more culty ones. My Holy Mountain bootleg, Hansu, Mandy. Got just some other things floating around there. But anyway, very happy to have them back. And it makes me feel happy, and I think it looks better in the background besides like just random stuff. So actually, I should have fixed that framing a bit. I don't like that there. Okay. So anyway, today we're talking about the 2002 horror action film, Dog Soldiers. This was written by Neil Marshall, who also directed one of my other favorite horror movies, The Descent. Now, if you've never seen The Descent, watch the rest of this video and then go see if you can find it somewhere, because that's amazing. This is also quite amazing, but I'll get to that in a minute. So Neil Marshall also did the 2019 reboot of Hellboy. I saw that movie once. I wasn't a big fan. I was starting to think when I was watching that maybe I'm just not a big Hellboy fan. I liked Ron Perlman in the role, but I just didn't really get into that newer one. But maybe that's just me. Maybe I need to watch it again. I don't know. This was Neil Marshall's directorial debut before he did The Descent. This film stars Sean Pertwee, who I like saying that name. He was also in Event Horizon, Equilibrium, and another movie I reviewed a couple months ago called Soldier with Kurt Russell. It also stars Kevin McKidd, who was in the Trainspotting 1 and 2. It also stars Emma Cleesby, another fun name to say, and Liam Cunningham. So this film is, the synopsis for this film is, during a routine nighttime training mission in the Scottish Highlands, a small squad of British soldiers expected to rendezvous with a special ops unit instead find a bloody massacre with one sole survivor. The savage attackers of the special ops team return, and the men are rescued by Megan, played by Emma Cleesby, a zoologist who identifies what hunts them is werewolves. So scared. Without transport or communications, the group is forced to retreat to a farmhouse to wait for the full moon to disappear at dawn. So yeah, this is a werewolf movie, even though the title says dog. I don't think it would have sounded as cool if it was werewolf soldiers. Or maybe that's a reference to some military slang, dog soldiers. I don't know. But anyway, it is about werewolves and military guys. So production of this film began with Neil Marshall writing the first draft way back in 1996. And he spent 6 years refining the script and obtaining financing for the film. Marshall wanted to focus on the soldiers, not so much on the werewolf lore, because I think, and it was kind of a cool angle that he played. He didn't want it to be like about the werewolves. Like the werewolves were like the hunters, the creatures, just like in Aliens, it was the xenomorphs. So he wanted to kind of like skip all of the sort of movie tropes that have been so overused in werewolf movies, and instead he just kind of had the werewolves in the background. kind of stalking the soldiers through the woods and stuff and surrounding them once they get to the farmhouse. So I really like the use of the werewolves in this film. They're kind of seen like silhouettes kind of moving in the background, and like it kind of like similar to like Jaws, where you don't see the shark a lot, but it's actually more effective that way because it creates this, you kind of like, it plays on your mind a little bit more. So very effective in that sense. One of the proposed, I didn't know this until today when I was doing my research, but one of the proposed filming locations was Manitoba. Excuse me. But that fell through. So the film was eventually done in Luxembourg. Filming apparently was slow at times due to snowy conditions. The film pays a lot of homage to other great films, and I mentioned Aliens, big time. So if you like those kinds of movies where it's like the group of people going in against the monster, I'm very visual today. It's that kind of a scenario. It's like like in Aliens, how the soldiers are really like, we're gonna go in, we're gonna be so badass, we're gonna take care of this, and then they just get like slaughtered. Well, it's kind of like in this situation. It's like they don't really know what they're up against till they get to the farmhouse, but they're tough hombres. Like they're ready to go. They got the weapons that they took from the other crew, and then when they discover it's werewolves, they're like werewolves, like no. But then they see them, and then it's like it's game on. It's like Vasquez. It's like, let's rock. There's a lot of that stuff in it. So I really like that stuff. I really geek out over that stuff. Like Aliens is probably in my top 10 movies of all time. And this is kind of like a lighter version of that, but still very well done. So it pays homage to Aliens, The Evil Dead, obviously, in the cabin. The Wikipedia said it paid homage to The Matrix. Struggling to see that. Maybe just the gunplay or something. I don't really know. I don't know what that is. There was definitely no slow motion in this film, but apparently, and also I didn't know this until I did my research today, but apparently there was going to be a prequel and a sequel, neither of which ever got made, and I think Neil Marshall was quoted as saying, like, that's not going to happen, but too bad. I think they could have done something with it. I mean, knowing Hollywood nowadays, they probably will make it at some point. They even went so far, apparently they even gave a release date in 2014. And I think they like released a trailer or something, but I don't remember any of that. But anyway, in the end, the movies never got made. The critics' response to this film was very good. I think it holds like an 80% on Rotten Tomatoes, or IMDb, I can't remember, but the critics really like this one. For the atmosphere, the creature effects, and again, I didn't look up to see who did the creature effects, but the monsters, the werewolves themselves, were really cool. You don't see a lot of them. You do see a couple of close-ups where they're lit up, and you see their heads, the cowl kind of thing, and like it's really good. It's really good. Like it's done very effectively. So for home media, the DVD was released in 2002 by 20th Century Fox. I've owned and gotten rid of that movie, I think, twice already. Then it was re-released in 2009 on Blu-ray by First Look Studios, which is this edition, and I'll get to that in a minute. But this was only available in the US and Canada. Shout Factory then worked directly with Neil Marshall to do a special edition, like a collector's edition of the Blu-ray in 2015. And I think this year, if I'm not mistaken, it was released by Second Sight as a 4K. So I don't know what that looks like. This edition I have doesn't look great, but actually maybe I can talk about that now. So this edition is the 2009 First Look Studios. It's rated R for strong violence, gore, and language. It has a running time of 105 minutes, which is pretty good, pretty close to my ideal. It's a 16:9 widescreen. The special features are English and Spanish subtitles and previews. There's no other stuff on this. So in that sense, this edition is not great. I might try to find that 2015 collector's edition where Neil Marshall was involved, because I'm assuming that would have other special features like director's commentary and stuff. Yeah, a quote on the back says, "One of the most explosive and purely enjoyable horror debuts since The Evil Dead." So yeah, this is a very basic edition. I'll show you the back if you want the specs on that for you tech geeks out there. This one has the Blu-ray and the DVD inside. It's basically the same. I think probably the DVD is the same transfer as the 2002 edition. I can't spin those around. No reversible cover art. This is a really bare bones edition, but I didn't have it. I mean, I've had it before, but I got rid of it for some reason. I don't know. Maybe I thought maybe I wouldn't watch it again, but I did order this off Amazon a couple years ago during the pandemic as a treat to myself because I wanted to revisit it, and it looks pretty good. The transfer is okay. It's nothing to write home about, but it's okay. So I give this movie a 4 out of 5. I would say there are points in the film where it drags a little bit, or the scenes could have been tightened up a little bit, but that's a minor complaint. It's a solid film for me, but again, I might be a little biased because I really liked Aliens and Alien, and it kind of has those vibes. So I don't know if I'm like just... maybe I have a hard time separating that because it is very similar in that aesthetic, but cool. And if you love Aliens, you'll probably like this one. It's like a low budget Aliens, basically. Again, I thought the special effects were amazing. The werewolves themselves were really cool. Like some of them were they looked like they were like 7 feet tall, like just really intimidating looking. Like some of the werewolves, I don't want to give away too much, but one of the werewolves towards the end gets into the cabin, and I think like a night lamp gets kicked over and the light is flashing up on the werewolf, and like he looks really menacing, like really cool. And yeah, I can't praise that again. I'm sorry to I wonder if it says on the back here. Oh, special makeup and animatronic effects by a company called Image FX. So hats off to those people who did that, because yeah, really cool. You can rent this on YouTube as of the recording of this video for $1.99, and I think you can also rent it on Amazon Prime. You can I got this off Amazon for pretty cheap. I think I only paid like maybe $12 or $14 for it, so it's not unreasonable. Yeah, it says from the director of The Descent on the top there. And that's another movie I would highly recommend. I'll probably do a review of The Descent down the road, but Dog Soldiers, 2002, Neil Marshall, action horror film. Excellent in my books. I might even give it a 4.5 out of 5. I really couldn't find a lot. Some of the some of the scenes in it were pretty outlandish, but I'm a person that can suspend my disbelief, especially when it comes to horror and science fiction. So, but if you struggle with that kind of thing, you might find it a bit outlandish. But anyway, I can't say enough good things about this. Very happy to rewatch it the other night. I really enjoy this. So, thumbs up from me. You can give me a thumbs up if you like this video. You can subscribe if you like this kind of content, movie reviews, movie thrifting. And you can leave a comment if you've seen Dog Soldiers, what you thought about it. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's really, really cool. This is really cool. Again, this would be another one kind of like Mandy. If this was back in like the 80s, this would have been definitely in the cult section. I mean, maybe the horror section, but it's definitely like a neo-cult, I would say, 2002. So anyway, those are my thoughts on Dog Soldiers. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, subscribing, commenting. Follow me over on Instagram at Night Owl Video. And until next time, I will see you in the video store or the thrift store, or, just out and about. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time. Bye.